Here in America and across the modern world, there is a brutal paradox taking hold right now. Making more money no longer means living a better life. Income rises, but your freedom quietly walks out the door, leaving you behind. We are entering a strange new reality where financial wealth comes paired with a poverty of time, and somehow having more creates less peace of mind. Once upon a time, earning $100,000 was the ultimate finish line for financial freedom. It brought a deep sense of safety, a quiet belief that life was finally stable, that no matter what happened, you were protected, that you had room to breathe, that things somehow would work out. But today, that feeling has completely evaporated. So why is this happening? Why do people labeled as successful, earners of six-figure salaries, still live in a constant state of anxiety? That question doesn't just appear, it stays. And once it does, it quietly follows you everywhere. Because instead of feeling solid ground beneath you, climbing the income ladder starts to feel less like progress and more like losing your grip. Let's slow down and really think about this for a moment. The true cause isn't just inflation, it isn't rising prices either. Those are only the surface. The deeper root is something far more subtle, something that slips into our minds every single day without a sound. And over time, it changes the structure of expectation itself, turning satisfaction into a horizon you can see but never actually reach. It acts like an invisible pressure, a quiet virus of the mind. You don't notice it at first, far more dangerous than any red number on a monthly bill, because it doesn't attack your bank account. It reshapes how you see your own worth. And when the benchmark for stability keeps shifting, slowly, the foundation of life begins to shake. We're not just losing money, we're losing the definition of enough. Not so long ago, a high salary was a guarantee of a solid life. It promised a home, a future for your kids, and a sense of certainty. You didn't have to overthink basic life decisions. You didn't constantly ask yourself if you were falling behind. Today, that promise sounds like an old story, from a different era. It's not exactly a lie, but it's certainly no longer the truth. In the past, life allowed us room to make mistakes. There was a buffer, space to stumble, space to breathe, and time to stand back up. You weren't destroyed by one wrong move. Today, that buffer is almost entirely gone. One wrong decision, one unexpected health issue, and suddenly the entire structure can collapse. The margin for error has vanished, leaving us walking on a razor's edge. Things we once considered normal have quietly become luxuries. Basic stability is no longer guaranteed. It's a distant dream, even for the middle class. Modern prosperity looks solid from the outside. But beneath the surface, it's built on sand, much more fragile than the shine suggests. We're building castles on a foundation that sinks a little more every single day. And somehow, we pretend not to notice the cracks. Picture a typical successful young person in the city today. Early 30s, educated, working incredibly hard. On paper, they are the embodiment of success, earning six figures. They're the pride of their family, the ideal model of society. But that portrait is missing one crucial color: peace of mind. The image looks perfect, but the reality is hollow. They tick every box on the life checklist: ambition, skills, status. It looks like the American dream, or the dream of any modern city, but beneath that perfect shell, there's exhaustion, total, silent, a quiet overload eroding them from the inside out. They're burning brightly, not to shine, but simply to turn themselves into ash. Success has mutated into something else. It's no longer a destination, it's an endless chase. The dream has become a treadmill. You have to run faster, try harder, just to avoid falling off. We're not moving forward anymore, we're sprinting with everything we have just to stay in the exact same place. The cost of living, especially rent in big cities, acts like a voracious monster. It swallows half your income the moment it hits your account. This isn't just an expense, it's a psychological weight pressing on your chest every single month. Your home is no longer a sanctuary. It has become the biggest creditor of your entire life. Then come the debts, loans that never seem to get smaller. They just sit there like an eternal black cloud, blocking out the future. And then there's healthcare. Medical costs so high that a simple doctor visit becomes a financial gamble. Health, which should be our greatest asset, has twisted into our biggest financial fear. Living on the edge has become the new normal. Stability now feels temporary, fleeting. And remember this deeply: This is not your personal failure, it's a failure of the system, because as income rises, societal expectations rise even faster. You're not playing badly. The rules have been rigged against you. The gap between having enough and wanting more never seems to close. A better apartment starts to feel necessary, not a choice. You're expected to upgrade constantly. A new car, designer clothes, suddenly they feel mandatory just to look successful. Even if inside you feel completely empty, the show must go on. Always upgrading, but never feeling like it's enough. We shop, not because we need things, but because we hope they'll fill a void. Those small expenses add up quietly, draining financial vitality month after month. We're trying to buy feelings with money we don't really have. Every time a salary increase comes through, many people don't feel lighter. They feel heavier, because more money usually means more commitments, more costs, more pressure, more expectations. It's a strange trap. You become richer on paper, but less free in reality. The golden handcuffs just tighten a little more around your wrists. Debt used to be a warning sign, a signal of danger. Now it's completely normalized. Credit cards. Buy now, pay later. They're everywhere. Society sends a seductive message. Enjoy now, worry later. But later always comes, and it never ends. We're selling our future cheaply, just to buy the glamour of today. Compound interest works silently in the background, turning what was meant to be temporary debt into something permanent, a structure built into daily life. This normalization of owing money weakens the financial foundation of an entire generation. It makes people more vulnerable than ever to any shock. We're walking a tightrope without realizing the rope is fraying a little more every second. And then there's the machine of social media, the greatest and cruelest comparison engine in human history. Everyone seems to be living better than you. Nicer homes, better vacations, perfect lives. This creates a massive pressure to belong, to keep up appearances, even if the price you pay is your own peace of mind. The fear of missing out drives consumption blindly. It becomes a race with no finish line and no real winners. This chase is unsustainable. Financially, spiritually, it erodes your soul every single day, turning you into a slave to the validation of others. You're running fast, but you're running toward nothing. That's why more money no longer brings freedom, because with higher income, the cost of falling becomes much higher too. Safety starts to feel like an illusion, as fragile as glass. Constant anxiety keeps gnawing at mental health relentlessly. The higher you climb, the stronger the wind blows, and the harder the fall will be. The core issue isn't just income, it's the cost of existence itself. Housing, food, healthcare, the most basic needs slowly turning into luxuries. No one warned us about this shift. The system is built to create this pressure, to keep you running. It's not because you're incapable, it's because survival has become expensive. Understanding this is the first step toward real freedom. You have to realize you're playing a game designed for you to lose if you keep following old rules. Working harder, hustling more. Often, it only makes the problem worse. It's time to stop running and start questioning the rules of the game itself. The solution isn't earning more money just to fill bottomless pits. It lives in a different mindset. A shift in how we define success and happiness. And if you feel this pressure, remember this: you're not alone. Millions of people are quietly enduring the same paradox right beside you. Once you see the truth of this poverty within prosperity, you can't go back. You can never look at the world the same way again. From this moment on, even the idea of effort starts to mean something different. The blindfold is off, and the real work can finally begin.